Trading at Schwab is now powered by Ameritrade, bringing you an expanding library of education with even more ways to sharpen your trading skills. Access new online courses, insightful webcasts, articles, engaging videos, and more, all curated just for traders. Plus, guided learning paths with content designed to fit your unique interests. No sifting to find exactly what you need, so you can spend your time learning to trade brilliantly. Learn more at schwab.com/trading.
Now more than ever, Lowe's knows you don't just want a low price, you want the lowest price. And with our lowest price guarantee, you can count on us for competitive prices on all your home improvement projects. If you find a qualifying lower price somewhere else on the same item, we'll match it. Lowe's, we help, you save. Price match applies the same item. Current price at qualifying retailers. Exclusions and terms apply. Learn how we'll match price at lowes.com/lowest price guarantee.
This is The Wheel Weaves, a Wheel of Time podcast with no spoilers. Hey everyone, I'm your host Dani, and I'm the first-time reader going through this series chapter by chapter. As always, there's no spoilers past the chapter we're covering, and that means it's totally safe for first-time readers. I'm joined by my co-host Brett, who's a longtime fan, and he's guiding me on this journey. We'd like to thank and acknowledge our executive producers, Brandy and Kirkwood, Sean McGuire, Yanis, LightBlindedFool, Green Man, Margaret, Big C, Bennett Williamson, Hannah Green, Noralia, Geof Searles, Erik Reed, Greysin Ishara, Ashlee Bradley, Helena Jacobsen, Matthew Mendoza, Cyndi, Daniel Moore, Sims, and Patrick Wallbankk. Hello and welcome to this part 2. Welcome, Tyler. You're still here.
You never left.
You didn't leave.
You didn't leave.
I thought maybe you would.
always say.
I thought maybe you would leave.
I mean, if you hadn't locked the door, who knows?
It actually locks from the inside. You can actually just unlock it and leave. Did you know that?
Yeah. Brett said you idiot-proofed it, so I didn't even try.
No, okay, fair. Yeah, fair. Okay, so we're talking about chapter 55.
Yes, the one left behind.
The one left behind.
Mm-hmm.
Now, with a title like that, it was pretty obvious what was going to happen. Again,
Matt was going to give his left hand.
it was super predictable.
Yeah.
I wish, just for a slight moment, that I could have actively predicted out loud.
Right.
That I was like, oh, Noal's getting left behind.
Right, okay.
Sorry, it should have been left cheek. That would have been
terrible. Okay.
Yeah.
The one bum left behind.
The one left behind.
Oh, the one...
The bum is implied by the word behind.
That is the worst. That is the worst
That's
pun.
actually very good, and I really like that.
I hate it so much.
I love it. That's
but half the light of the world is an excellent metaphor.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Better than the one left behind.
That's direct.
And we just previously talked about the pairs of things, and no one ever talked about butts.
Well, I thought we were talking about testicles.
I thought so too. That's all I could think of.
I was thinking nipples.
Oh, nipples!
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lots of twos out there, guys. Lots of twos.
But nobody thought about sides of butts.
Okay.
Until
okay.
now.
I want to do the second fun fact that I had prepared for today.
Mm-hmm.
So, there's actually quite a few interviews with Brandon Sanderson about these chapters specifically.
I bet. This is a big deal.
Yeah, and I'm just going to summarize a couple of them, but the question was posed, was bringing Moraine back your idea or Robert Jordan's?
It better be Robert Jordan's.
Yes,
Yeah.
Brandon Sanderson has said 100% it was Robert Jordan's
Good.
idea.
Oh, phew.
Not only that, Robert Jordan wrote most of the Tower of Ghenjei scenes completely.
Oh, good.
That's
yes.
fun.
Yes.
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
that's good to know.
So this is almost all, yes. Like you'd have to assume like through editing and everything like
Yes,
that. But
yeah.
yeah, for the most part, Robert Jordan.
Good. That's
Yeah.
good to know. I like that.
Yeah.
He wrote out the whole thing and he had no idea where he was going to put it.
No clue.
It's like book 19, book 20, somewhere in there.
Actually, I think book 6. Moraine's gone book 5. This happens book 6. Easy
Gonna
peasy.
copy paste that out and
Yeah.
move it.
Bing
He's
back
like,
boop.
wait, I got Matt on the other side of the world.
Oh, shoot.
Okay, fine. 9 books later.
Exactly. All right, let's get into the one left behind. I hate that so much.
Now that you've said it, I can't unhear it.
Yeah.
And it's so rude because like Noal has sacrificed
It's not rude,
so much.
it's cheeky at best.
Oh,
I can't believe you. You're gonna get kicked out of here.
and it's not even me kicking you out. I actually want you to stay.
It's
Aw.
I like butt jokes.
Great. Holy, I found a niche.
So many.
Wait, why do you have a notepad here?
Oh, these are all my butt jokes.
Yeah. I can finally pull out this notebook I've been working on for years.
Okay, seriously though,
just butts.
we have a serious chapter to talk about. It's serious business.
I know that.
Do you though?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the chapter symbol is snakes and foxes again.
Mm-hmm.
And we're continuing from last chapter with Matt's perspective. Now, we're actively trying to escape the snake people who Matt
Yeah, exactly.
definitely did not include in the bargain.
Yes. Yeah. So the foxes aren't going to chase them, but the snake people are. And they have come for their little Aelfin realm or whatever.
Uh-huh.
And they're coming here with their big bronze swords. And
Because
they
they're
want
like, you actually are not allowed to escape here, turns
chop
out.
you up. Yeah, I mean, they want to eat some emotions and such. And maybe
Still,
some people.
or is this just like, we just want to kill you? We don't want you to leave.
Do they both eat the same thing?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Both. It's both. It can
We've
be
decided.
both things. Yeah.
Yeah.
Judge rules, both.
It's both. So now, here's the thing. We have fireworks, and we have what Matt calls cylinders.
Yeah. Well, no, we have night flowers.
Night flowers
and
cylinders. Pretty sure the cylinders are just dynamite.
Dynamite.
Like, that makes sense, right?
It sounds like it, yeah.
It sounds like dynamite, because it's like very explodey.
TNT. It's dynamite.
I don't know enough about dynamite or TNT.
Oh, that's just AC/DC.
Yeah, no, I know that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I get current.
For our Australian listeners.
It's a band. Sings a song about dynamite.
Right, okay.
And winning the fight.
Which they do.
Yeah.
Didn't they do a comeback tour recently too?
Who's to say? But what's really important here is they're definitely using dynamite.
Yeah, dynamite, and we got the night flowers, and we are trying to get ahead, but we need to do the whole bounce back and forth between the hallways thing.
Well, this is where
can't.
We're really doing the spin with our eyes closed, pin the tail on the donkey move.
Yes, yeah, but it's not working.
Trying to...
Eye closed.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's
And you know
singular
what?
now.
I actually noticed in this chapter, specifically eye closed.
Yeah.
Like we talk about an eye singular.
Yeah.
Because
Ruthless
Matt has
editing.
just had an eye plucked out of his head.
If you forgot, he only has one eye.
It's very akin to Rand when he rubs his stump.
You know what? I actually really appreciate the thought process here. The comparison between the two boys.
Yeah.
So when Rand loses his hand, his first thought, or like one of his first thoughts is like, I'm going to have to relearn the sword.
Yeah.
And one of Matt's first thoughts is with his
I'm going to
his
have
eye.
to relearn how to
I'm
fight.
going to have to relearn how to fight with only like one eyeball.
Yeah, but he's got to have some memories of a guy who had one eye.
No.
Ah.
Well, but like depth perception, because he's even like running into the walls a little bit and stuff. Like it's gotta.
Yeah, like a
Be
golden
hard.
retriever or something.
No, what?
People don't run into walls.
It's not that
It's
bad.
a
I don't
straight
think he-
corridor.
I really don't think he runs into any walls.
No, but he's like weaving and stuff. Like he's almost
Yeah.
like losing balance.
That's
Yeah.
the blood loss, probably.
No, you lose an eye. Like I don't know. I've heard like your depth perception is way off when you can't see out of one eye
Yeah.
because it's gone out of your head.
Yeah, no, we
Because
got
you need
that.
two
part.
eyes for depth, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so back to it here. So we are trying to pick random directions, but we can't because there's Aelfin on our tails, and we can't get ahead, so we can't double back, so we can't get to where we need to be.
And so this is what we were talking about with the like, is this really luck?
Yeah.
Is this really that random?
Yeah.
Shouldn't we go back the way that Matt feels he should go, even if the Aelfin are there?
Yeah, and we almost get to that point,
And
too.
he should get lucky?
Yeah, well, we almost get there because then Matt starts doing his whole, like, yelling at the world and everything. And ToM tries to ask, well, what else did they say the last time? Because you got this little bit of information.
Yeah, because
but
we've had
are there any
months
clues?
to prepare.
Yeah.
And at no point did anyone ever talk about how did you get out last time?
Right. So we have Matt remembering that he was literally tossed out by the Aelfin when he went through Tyr. They like picked him up and threw him out the door.
Yeah.
And then with the Ruidian one, he doesn't remember.
Nah.
But ToM has the idea of, hey, let's try to go to the Aelfin realm and go through that doorway. Because yes, this doorway's gone.
Right.
Let's go to the other side of this universe or whatever.
And all those guys are already here.
And they're
trying
all
to
here.
Kill us anyway.
All 12 of them are here. They're
There's
here.
so many. There's way more than
Let's-
12. It's like a freaking snake pit in Manitoba
Nice.
in here.
Yeah.
Great reference.
Little
Thank
Manitoba
you.
joke there.
One of those Manitoba fuck pits.
No,
Actually,
there's a snake.
Yeah.
It actually is
I
a
know, they've got
snake mating pit.
Oh, we looked into this. We had a conversation about this, I think, on
Snake
the
pits?
pod
Yeah,
previously.
good. I'm glad
About
you're here for
these
this again.
giant Manitoba
Excellent.
snake orgy
Snake
pits.
pits. Yeah.
It
That's what
happens.
is. Yeah. Okay.
That's what's happening in here.
So we could use Matt's luck to get to the other doorway.
Is it luck? It feels more, again, like that Tel'aran'rhiod need situation. I need to get over there, so I'm going to spin around and hopefully get there.
Doesn't matter.
Because the word luck
Yeah.
implies
It's a weird...
a lot more randomness.
It's a weird application of luck. It's like
Yeah.
saying
Yeah.
it's more like you're forcing the situation, and a lot less like, oh, I'm gonna go in and buy this lotto ticket with a bunch of random numbers. That's lucky.
And, yes.
As opposed to going in and being like, I'm going to pick all of these numbers and they're gonna get drawn. It's like it's almost like a reverse luck where it's like you're forcing the situation onto it, as opposed to allowing this like third party force of luck to enter the situation.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think just like the application of it being over and over again with the spinning and everything, like we get it so much. We get it so much in a very short amount of time. I want to see all the different applications
Matt
of luck.
would be so good at pin the tail on the donkey. Every time. Right on that butt.
He'd get that donkey.
Yeah.
Right on that
remember-
butt. Every
Right on
time.
that left cheek.
He did the Aiel drinking game
Right on the
where
left behind.
you drink
The left
whiskey
behind.
and then you like throw knives at stuff, and he did pretty good at that too.
Yeah,
That was
that's pretty lucky.
basically the same thing as pin the tail on the donkey.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But this is the like, close your eyes and spin around and get to where you need to go.
Yeah.
Same thing. Same
Yeah.
thing.
You might as well do
Party
that
games.
all the time. Like, why would you ever go walk normal at that point?
What's the point?
Which inn do I need to go to?
Yeah, it's like,
that
where,
one.
hey, universe, where am I supposed to go right now?
Right. Okay, so now
This is different though. We're not in the regular world. We're just using everything at our disposal, okay?
right. Okay, back to it. So we're gonna try to do this whole let's get to the Elfin realm. Matt thinks it's worth a shot, and I love the fact that he is looking over at ToM, who's been carrying Moraine this whole time.
Oh, he's so tired.
And he's like, wow, ToM looks really tired.
Well, he's like old. He has a limp. Oh,
got
I
bad
just
knees.
noticed that ToM still has a limp from that time he fought
Yeah.
that Fade, saving my life.
But then he also thinks like, Moraine's not that big. Like, she's smaller than I even remember. It's like, it's still an unconscious person he's carrying.
She's so
And
teeny
he's still
tiny.
80 years
He's
old.
with bad knees.
Okay, wait. No, he can't be 80. That can't.
No, he's like 60.
Okay.
He's like 57-ish.
Okay.
57 to 62.
Okay, isn't Moraine like 40?
45-ish.
Okay.
But
good.
she looks 18.
And she's
Or
going to live.
100
She's
or
going to live
whatever.
forever.
Ageless.
Yeah.
Yeah. The age gap's not that bad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's talk to Nynaeve.
Yeah. He has a type. Let's just say ToM has a type.
Is it the
younger,
Dina
beautiful
and
women?
the... Yeah.
Damodreds.
Right?
Well, Dina wasn't a Damodred
You don't know. You don't
that
know.
we know of.
Okay. So yeah, anyways, Tom's tired. He's slowing down. And we're going to take a little breather in the next room.
Well, yeah, because we've gotten far enough ahead
Like barely.
that we can sort of
Barely.
relax for a second.
We have to because Tom is so old and so tired.
Well, and we need to figure out a plan, okay?
Yeah. And then Tom says there's no winning this game. Even if we cheat, we still can't win. And it's kind of sad because, like, we're getting to the point of it's not going to go well for all
Nah,
of
this
us.
isn't feeling good.
Okay. So here's the thing.
Noal looks at Tom
Noal's
and
the
Matt
hero.
and Moraine, and then down the hall, and he says to Matt, "Give me your pack." And Matt's like, "No, can't do it."
How did Matt not know it's the name of the chapter? You know?
Yeah.
He had no
See,
clue.
He didn't even read the book.
Matt
Right.
didn't read the book.
Yeah.
That's the real drama here.
Yeah.
But also, Noal kind of had the vibe of that guy who's been waiting for the moment to be like, this is my last stand.
Well, he tried the first time he ever rescued Matt, and that's why it was
Yeah.
super fishy, and I didn't like him.
Yeah.
It's like every time he's like, there's a narrow alley and enemies coming, he's like, I got this. Like, we can just
This
walk
is the
out.
time.
We have
This
an
is the
open door the other way. You don't have to do this.
There's lots of time.
He's like, don't argue. Give me the
We
pack.
don't even know if they're bad guys.
Yeah. You can see it. We need more time. You have to get far enough ahead so that you can double back a few times. Because every time you've been spinning around, you've been pointing back to the way you came, and we can't go that way.
So give me the bag of explosives, and then I'll go engage in hand-to-hand combat.
Well, I mean, but this is the self-sacrifice play that we already saw from Ingtar. Yeah.
This is very Ingtar.
Where it's like this narrow corridor can hold off. Like, we can do it for a couple minutes. Like, great. I like it. I like the self-sacrifice
It's a
play.
Borderlander thing.
It's a Borderlander thing.
They see a narrow
That's
corridor
what
with
I was
enemies
gonna say.
coming, and they rub their hands together, and they're like,
I
okay.
can't wait to be the hero.
Okay. I would be lying if I said that I've never looked at certain corridors and been like, I could hold off a couple people here for a couple minutes.
You and your back?
For sure.
with your back.
All I have to do is throw my body blindly down the corridor.
Just like...
They
Just
would walk.
get in the
walk
way.
around you while
Okay,
you're
wait,
on the ground
there's
going, my back.
definitely a video game. Is that Sonic? When he just rolls? Isn't there's like a video game where you just
Sonic does do that.
where you
Yeah.
roll? Yeah, down the
I
hallway?
mean, technically, like,
Yeah.
do we want to call it rolling?
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
you would just slump down.
No, Sonic.
You would just trip them all as they run
in
by.
the way that a body in the way would obscure or would obstruct any group of people.
Right.
You could do that. Yeah.
Yeah, I could block a
absolutely.
corridor.
You could be that
I could
guy.
block a hallway.
Like a log.
You could be that guy.
I'm hearing a lot of positives here of
Yeah.
I could do the same thing
Okay,
that Noel's doing
I
here.
want to talk about this more,
Okay.
but I think we should talk about the Wheel of Time.
Okay.
You don't
Back
want
to
to talk
it.
about Brett's inability to defend a corridor because of his back.
It's like the most attractive thing about you. It's why I married you.
The
My
back problems?
inability, my back problems?
No, your ability to lay down and stop people from running through the hallway. I think you could do it.
I feel like I'm getting attacked here for no reason.
And honestly, it sounds like you're being supported here.
I can't tell.
My face hurts.
Okay. Let's talk about this for a second because Noal actually says some very interesting things here because he's going to do a little speech here because he is doing the self-sacrifice play.
He really is. And it's, again, not very unpredictable.
Sure.
I was like, yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah. Okay, so he says, we knew this place would demand a price. Well, I've seen a lot of things. I've done a lot of things. I've been used, Matt, one too many times. This is as good a place as any to meet the end.
Yeah, because you're Jane fucking Farstrider.
Jane Farstrider.
I've been saying it for I don't even know how long.
And it's pretty cool, because, like, this is the guy out of the stories. Like, this is the Jane
This is the
Farstrider
guy.
that we've been talking about for so long. Like,
Yeah.
this is the guy. And
I know
have
that.
to say,
I've been saying it.
I know you've been saying this, but for me, reading this book series for the first time, I had no clue.
Was that
no
very
idea,
shocking
man.
to you?
I thought Jane was like from Yore. You
Yeah,
know,
like the days
Oh,
of Yore.
yeah.
This guy's
Like,
too old.
and you're like, what? But it makes sense. Like, timeline-wise, if you line it up, it makes sense timeline-wise that this is Jane Farstrider. I did not see it coming, though. Not even a chance.
Well, it's a reveal that you're like, if you were reading the book in such a way that you were trying to connect all of the dots,
Yeah,
Right.
like
you
me.
get there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's not how I read the books either.
Listen,
Yeah.
you're trying to take my win away.
No, you did it.
I
got it,
did
yeah,
it,
yeah.
guys.
And
Okay.
you got him early too.
It's like, I bet. This isn't a cousin.
Yeah.
I actually don't even remember the first time I said it. It's been a while. Because if we open my notes book.
Well, I mean, the whole point was he introduced himself as, like, Noal Charin, and
Guess
I was
what?
like, you know a Charin.
Hey,
Jane Charin is
can
Jane
you read?
Farstrider.
Can you read that list there?
Yeah.
All right.
Sus list.
Eggs, bread, flour.
Nope. Other list.
Oh, sorry. Noal, this is your sus list. Noal Charin brackets. Jane Charin equals Jane Farstrider.
Yeah. And then I also think I have Noal on there again by accident.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because that's how suspicious he was to me.
He was
Those
double
notes don't
suspicious.
prove anything.
Yeah.
I was trying to explain to you that Noal introduced himself as Noal Charin, has the same last name as Jane Farstrider because his real name is Jane Charin.
Yeah.
And then you're like, who's that? And I was like, that's the Borderlander guy.
Yeah.
He has a book.
I didn't even know who he was. I was like, oh, I guess that's him.
I don't want to take anything away from what Noal did, but all I'm saying is that if you had 3 Borderlanders and you had 3 narrow hallways, you'd have 3 dead guys.
But
these guys could not go through a hallway.
You would have a few minutes to do whatever you needed to do.
Yeah, they'd buy you time.
You're welcome.
Oh, it's a good move.
And each
I
subsequent...
bet they teach it at Borderlander school.
Yeah. It's a standard tactic.
It's a standard tactic.
It's like, if there's a hallway, just wait.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. You'll have your chance.
I picture Borderlander school looking a lot like the school from Elf, where the elves are learning how to be elves. Treat every day like Christmas. There's room for everyone on the nice list. You know how they're like going through the rules of being an elf?
Oh, and they're going through the rules of
being a Borderlander.
Yeah.
When there's a narrow hallway and an enemy coming at your back,
block it.
Sacrifice yourself for the good of the group.
Every narrow corridor is a chance to sacrifice your life.
Honestly, and I see
enemies coming. Just wait.
Give it time.
Okay, back to it though, because I also love Noal's sacrifice here. Okay, I do love it because there's a little bit more that happens here, because this is where Matt stands up and picks up Moraine because Tom's so tired, and it's a final goodbye, and Noal says, Matt, if you ever meet a McGuire, you tell him Jane Farstrider died clean. And then Matt tells him,
without even... Oh, what?
Missing a beat. Nothing.
Without missing a beat. This is why I think he's known all along.
Okay.
Because he's like, I will, Jane.
Yeah.
You got it, man. Like,
true.
Like, he knew. Like,
name.
he knew. Like, there's not even, like, a...
It makes sense.
Matt hesitated for a 1 second blink.
Right.
Right?
Yeah, you would expect him to, like, stumble or something
like,
narratively, but it's like...
What?
Yeah, he's like, yeah, okay, Jane.
He's like, you got it, man. Unless he's just like, this old guy's crazy, and I'm just going to tell him what he needs to hear in this moment, but, like, no.
Well, I mean, the way he's saying, like...
Maybe he did do it that way, though. You got it, Jane.
I will, Jane.
Yeah. This is the third Jane.
Okay, Tom, let's go.
Yeah.
Oh, man, making light of this situation, but legend, man. He's a legend.
He is, and
What an ending.
I wanted to say, I've been predicting this for a while, and when I read this, I had to go back and reread it to make sure I read it properly, because my brain has been known to just, like, make things up that I think I've read.
For sure.
And so I thought... For a moment, I, like, made up.
This was another one.
That this was
and
another
you're coming
one
in here today being like, I was right about Noal being Jane Farstrider. And we're like, that's not right.
Exactly. Could you imagine? And so that's why you gave me the cake. And I was like, yes. Because that's the thing I'm, like, the most happy about being right about.
It would be funny, though, if he's not Jane.
Yeah.
Well.
Time will tell.
Will it, though? Because now he's dead.
Too soon, man. Too soon.
Oh, sorry.
It just happened.
I'm so sorry.
It hasn't even happened yet.
It's nice, too, that, like, one of the, like, preeminent gleemen is also present for his final stand.
Huge. Yeah. Huge.
This is going to be a song.
Write a song. Okay.
And, like, legendary ending. Tower of Ghenjei saving the damsel in distress. Like, I know you hate it, but it makes a good story.
It's great. It's so great.
This is why we have damsel in distress stories. This is the first one.
It's not because...
No. Shut up about it. No, this is the first one. It's
predominantly men
this is how the wheel
write
works.
Stories.
No, this is the first one.
In history.
The only reason men write stories like this in history is because this happened in the days of yore.
And not because they've just, like, created this story that they want to see.
Jane Farstrider, man.
His name is Jane.
Jane
That's pretty empowering.
Okay.
All right. Gonna blow right past that one. Okay.
Off Noal goes to save the day.
Right.
And sacrifice himself. Tom and Matt need to go.
And Moraine.
They're carrying her.
Matt is carrying Moraine.
Matt is carrying Moraine and even thinks to himself, she's super light.
Yeah. I don't know what Tom's complaining about.
Yeah. But he's a little disoriented because of his eye situation. And his eye socket is throbbing.
Makes sense.
In some parts, which is, like, gross.
Yeah, but this is where we are able to get far enough ahead. We can hear Noal doing his little battle cry.
Matt does his pin the tail on the donkey spin.
If the Wheel of Time was a comedy, Tom would have gone to, like, pass Moraine to Matt, and Matt would have reached out to grab her and not been close enough to grab her.
Yeah. And they'd be like, oh.
Because of the depth perception.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
If it were a comedy.
But it's not.
It's not.
It's
Despite-
serious business.
Despite the laughter. You know,
This is serious business, guys.
this
We
is
have a lot of
super
fun here.
serious business. I was actually going to say at the start of the last episode that it's actually episode 1347, and 47 is historically the funniest number.
It's true. It's true.
So this has to be the funniest episode. I said that.
It's a lot of pressure.
In my brain. I never said it out loud, but
Okay.
I even went so far as to look up if 47 is actually statistically the funniest number. There's not much on it.
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
You don't say.
There's one number specifically that I think is a little bit funnier, but
Is it 69?
420,
Yeah, you guys, you laughed.
completely random numbers.
Well, 47 is the number of daggers that we both randomly
yeah, no, I get
said.
that. I get that. I was there.
It's a
I was
funny
there.
number.
Okay.
I thought 12 was a funny number too, isn't it?
Why?
Because it's like it's a funny number to deliver. So it's like it's one of the few like monosyllabic but like double.
No, wrong.
Wow. Can we Google it real quick?
No, we can't. We can't. We actually have a chapter to talk about here because Noal is dying right now, and we are trying to escape with our lives.
Yes, very serious
business.
Ready to make a real impact every day? Join the Active Day Home Care team and help clients maintain their independence in the comfort of their own homes. Make a difference in someone's life as you provide essential daily assistance and protect their health and happiness. Earn up to $20 an hour and enjoy additional perks like optional daily pay, 401k, paid time off, ongoing educational training, and more. Join a team that values care, compassion, and your professional growth. Visit ActiveDay.com to apply.
Recently, a new client called me and started by saying, "Mr. Morgan, I really need your help, but I'm just a nobody." Those words stunned me, and I immediately called him back, and we're now helping him and his family after a terrible accident. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Everybody who comes to our firm at their time of need is a somebody. I grew up poor, but my grandmother was like a queen to us. At Morgan & Morgan, our goal is to level the playing field for you and your family at your time of need. The insurance company has unlimited money and resources. You need a firm who can fight them toe-to-toe. For right at 30 years, we have fought them in courtrooms throughout America. Our results speak for themselves. And always remember this, everybody is a somebody, and nobody is a nobody. Visit forthepeople.com to learn about our firm, Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Injured? Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Okay, so we backtracked.
Yep,
Went
we did it.
out the way we came.
Yep,
Beat the snake guys.
yep,
You got to find that back door.
yep.
More butt jokes.
We're going...
Always.
Yeah.
We are going to the Aelfin doorway.
And we get there.
And we get there. We get to the room.
Except the stupid door is like shattered.
Yeah,
and stuff.
so here's the thing. This is not the
With awesome force.
molten goop of rock.
It's not.
It is shattered as if by some explosive force. This seems different, and it's odd that there's no more doorways into the realm of the Fin.
Okay,
From what it seems like.
so as if by awesome force, that's the wording here.
Right.
And I was thinking, definitely Wrecking Ball or Big Hammer. You
What?
know? Like,
Why?
Neither of those things have appeared in the series.
No. But if the Aelfin are like super strong by accident or somehow, right? And
None of those things have happened.
Like
But
they did it on
now-
purpose, you're thinking?
But now I'm thinking, was it one of our night flowers or one of our
No.
cylinders that like we blew it up by accident because we were just like throwing them willy-nilly back the way we came and we were supposed to go back that way?
Well, I was thinking, is this the one that
Maybe.
they came through in the Stone of Tyr?
Yeah.
The one that, like, when they left, it was like the whole world was shaking, and
Mm-hmm.
but that didn't break on the Stone of Tyr side,
No.
It might have since they've left.
Possible.
which sort of pokes a hole in your whole fucking. It's the same door theory.
It really
Just saying.
I'm just saying,
No,
it seems like something different has happened.
Unless in the basement of the Stone of Tyr, somebody went and smashed it
with a wrecking ball or a
with
big
a wrecking
hammer.
or a big hammer.
Yeah.
And here it's
Yes,
smashed.
yes.
Like it's smashed.
Same. Okay.
I like the theory that we've accidentally blown up our exit
That would
because
be-
we've been throwing them
that would
back
be on point.
the way that we were supposed to go, according to the luck.
I get what you're saying. I just don't know that
As if by awesome force.
The only reason we were able to get to this room was because we were able to get far enough ahead that we could go back.
But we were supposed to go back that way the whole time. The
Aelfinn weren't coming from this room, though. They were coming
magic,
from a different room. Yeah, no, that doesn't track, though.
I think we blew up our own exit. Shit.
Okay. You know what? It doesn't really matter how it happened.
Are we going to find out that actually someone else was responsible for making sure that...
Maybe, but
it got smashed in the basement of the Sonatier? Probably.
The important part...
Probably Varen.
The important part is that it is, in fact, destroyed.
Important to you.
And them.
We're doing important conversations over here, too.
It's important to me. How?
Yeah.
Fantasy Wrecking Ball.
It's important to everybody.
No, just like regular.
Miley Cyrus.
No. Just regular Wrecking Ball.
It came crashing through.
Just
Fantasy
a regular
Miley,
one.
So it's 3 E's instead of a Y.
Oh, man. Okay.
We have like blacksmith hammers and stuff. We have hammers and wrecking balls, probably.
Definitely hammers.
Yeah, you can't just like, okay. You're really stretching this.
Okay, anyway, the doorway's gone.
Yeah.
And that's bad news. Bad news bears.
Yep. And this is where we are a little bit, or at least ToM, is a little bit, like, giving up hope here.
Yeah.
He sinks down to the floor. He's holding Moraine.
He's like, at least we tried.
Yeah, I mean, this is tough because, like, this is
burned 80 years old, and he's been running for an hour.
He is horribly burned because of the mist.
3 months.
Yeah.
We actually don't know how long it's been.
Yeah. Now, Moraine is starting to wake up, too, and Matt starts just shouting at the room because the snakes and foxes, they took his eye, and they got Noal, and it's like, isn't that enough of a price to pay for your dumb deal and your bargains?
Nope.
You got Jane Bloody Farstrider, like,
they don't care.
What the heck is happening here?
Oh, and that's what makes me think that Matt isn't very surprised that this is a Jane, because again, he yells out as if it's nothing.
Yeah.
You got Jane Farstrider.
Right.
And I went, oh, he just said it again super casually, as if he's always known.
You know what this is? This is like the Kylo Ren SNL skit.
The undercover boss.
The undercover boss. Jane Farstrider is Kylo Ren as the undercover boss.
Yeah.
It's like, I knew immediately. I knew immediately that it was Jane Farstrider.
Yeah.
He used the same name.
Okay, so Moraine wakes up.
Yep.
She does it. She opens her eyes, and finally, right, she whispers, "ToM, I thought I heard your voice." Ooh. And Matt, I knew you would come for me.
Oh, yeah. Matrim Cawthon.
Yeah.
I knew it.
Yeah. And at no point is she like, but what about the third person?
Yeah,
no,
there was another guy here.
It's best we don't talk about him.
Was that Jane Farstrider?
I feel like that's even better than these two.
I know.
These two nobodies.
Okay.
It's true. It's like, that guy has a name.
This is a very serious moment.
Yes.
And it's only because we're multiple hours deep.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So ToM tells her to rest.
You gotta rest.
And he pulls out his harp.
So much.
She's been resting. I feel like she's been resting the whole time.
Okay,
it's
been years
needs
for
a
us.
Little more.
Realistically, though, what, like months? How long has it actually been in Wheel of Time world? I know it's been years for us.
Yeah, months.
Months. Like 6 months?
Let's not get into the nitty gritty.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Keeping in mind.
Probably could figure it out.
Yeah.
We're not going to get into the nitty gritty. Fucking 3 years, 9 months, and 11 days cake guy.
Since
different.
We
That's
talked about it. We
different.
care more about ourselves.
The timeline in the real world is a lot more firm than the Wheel of Time universe.
Yeah, that's 100% true.
How many leagues has it been?
Or paces?
How many strides?
How many paces have I walked? Not sure.
Right. Okay. So ToM starts playing a tune, and it's very mournful, and it is a very emotional moment in the, like...
Melancholic.
I get we're having a good time here, but it's quite sad.
It really is.
Because he is literally playing like a death tune for Moraine because he thinks we're all gonna die right now.
Yeah.
So he's like professing the love to her, and it's emotional.
I even read all the lyrics of the song while I was reading the chapter.
And Matt still is like,
No.
I don't know what's happening
He's
with
not,
this.
well, he's not
what's with
giving
this-
up.
with-
He's like, no, I'm not dying here.
Yeah, no.
Absolutely
We'll
not.
find a way.
That
You can
wasn't
have your
part of the
weird
plan.
song you're singing for some reason.
Yeah.
I don't understand what's happening here between you two.
I don't have time to dive into your dynamic. Which then I believe ToM blends into an acoustic version of the Jane Farsighter.
Maybe a little bit. Okay, this is actually like a really cool moment though, because this is Matt in like a moment of desperation,
Completely.
trying to piece together all the things that have happened to him and just like working it through by talking to himself, being like, think, Matt, think. What happened? What happened to you in the realm of the Aelfin and the Aelfin? Like, let's, like, piece by piece, let's get this together, man.
I liked it.
Oh, yeah, it's fantastic.
It was a good read.
So Matt starts talking through, what did the Aelfin give you?
Yeah, so he's talking it through, and he says, if I had my way, I would want those holes filled, like his memory, the holes in his memory.
Mm-hmm.
And they listened, and they gave him memories that weren't his own to fill the holes. That was the first gift. And then after that, he wanted to be free of the Aes Sedai and their power, so he got the medallion. That was another gift. And then ToM is still singing his mournful song.
Yep. Yeah, he's finishing it because we're almost dead now. And the Aelfin
Well,
who are here...
I think the song also just naturally ends.
Yeah, well, the Aelfin even, like, slowed down and started swaying, and...
They're dazzled.
Because they know that they're going to be able to, eat some tasty food in a
got
second
time.
here. They got time. We
It's a dead
don't
end.
gotta rush this. Yeah.
This guy's singing James Blunt.
Got it. Yep, beautiful.
I was singing, goodbye, my love.
Oh, no,
That too.
you guys.
That too.
That ruins it. I actually really thought this was a nice song, and you ruined it.
With
You know
James Blunt?
Wrecked.
Okay. All right. Back to it. So we got two gifts. Two
And
gifts
then
down.
Matt is like, I asked for one more thing. I asked to be away from them and back to Ruidian, and they gave me what I asked for.
Yeah, he's trying to piece it together. He's
But
like, I got my
what-
memories
what-
filled.
yeah.
I got the medallion. But then what? What else did I get?
have no
I
idea.
asked for a way out, and
Yeah.
what did I get?
And this is kind of a little bit the part where I was like, these are things we probably could have thought about before we entered. I understand in this moment of stress, in this moment of like, oh my God, we got to get out of here, we're starting to piece things together. And I think it's super cinematic and it's really cool.
Cinematographic.
No, this isn't cinematography.
It's pretty great.
This isn't cinematography. This is cinematic.
Yeah.
There's a difference.
And there's a bit of an adding drama to the moment.
Yes.
thing,
That's true. That's
which
true.
I think Sanderson does more than Robert Jordan did.
Fair, okay.
I think Robert Jordan usually people usually solved the puzzles before and then like things happened as well.
Yeah.
There wasn't a whole lot of like scrambling to solve this one issue and then you solve the puzzle at the last second. Your fingers are slipping on the ledge.
Yeah.
There wasn't as much of that kind of stuff. But it makes for like a really fun moment.
Yes.
Which could have also
Good to read.
not been like that, right?
Yeah.
It could have just been, oh, I solved that puzzle earlier. This is the key. Boom, bang, I'm out of here.
Yes. Yeah.
But that's not fun.
No. So it turns out
Yeah.
he was hung from the Tree of Life in Ruidian,
Hanged.
and he didn't know
Both.
how he got out. But then he was also given the Ashendari, and then he's like, wait a minute, that didn't give me anything I asked for.
Yeah.
Or did it?
Bum, bum, bum. I love it. I love the twist. I love it. And just like the Jane Farsighter reveal, I had no idea this was coming either.
I
This was a complete
also
surprise.
didn't know this was coming. And if in the past I've said anything about this spear,
I don't think you've ever even mentioned it.
yeah, because you've asked me about it.
I've tried to get you. I think this is the first time you've ever called it the Ashendari.
Oh.
I don't think you've ever used the actual
Well, I'm a
word
real
before.
fan now. I don't know if you know that about me. We've been podcasting and reading this series for 6 years, so...
But it's possible that this is the first time you've ever actually called it that.
Are you joking?
I'm not joking.
It doesn't come up a lot.
No, it
comes
does.
Up, it comes up, and then
Yeah, you're right.
the only weapon that Matt uses for the last
Matt's spear.
Okay.
I feel like I couldn't pronounce it properly, but I've heard it used enough now. I feel confident in being able to use the words.
Oh, yeah? You
Yeah.
feel confident? You don't think there's going to be one person writing a message after this? It's a Shinderai.
You know what?
Nobody knows.
Engagement's engagement, my friend.
That's true.
Okay, so if I ever said anything even remotely similar to what, like, I don't remember it, and I don't think I ever did. This was a surprise to me.
Huge surprise. I love it. It's great.
That's also part of the magic of this sort of realm in this moment, because it's also like, why would they give him a key?
Right.
That's nonsense.
That was the deal.
But in
He
this
asked for
world,
it, yeah.
he asked for a way out. They didn't just give him a door. A way out for them meant giving a key. Mm-hmm. Like, that is not something that
but
you would
hanging
connect.
him from it, like they're like tricky about it. They're,
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's not something that you would connect to this unless you were thinking like the tricky mindset of making deals with these fuckers.
Yeah, right. Pretty much. Mm-hmm.
Really though. Okay, so now we solved the riddle, we solved the puzzle. Matt realizes this is the key to escape, and then he spins the Ashendare super cinematographically.
No.
Shoot, okay. And he jams it in the wall, and then light sprays out everywhere.
That
and
might be cinematographic.
Screams and jabs it even further. It's great. And then more light.
Is it very similar to the way that they
Yeah, he carves the symbol.
The doorway the first time?
Yeah, he carves the triangle in the wavy line.
Is this brighter than before?
I want to say...
Maybe.
Well, because it's brighter outside.
Yeah.
Well, or maybe when you're in... It's brighter from the inside than it is the outside.
Could be.
Because when they came in, they're blinded.
Yeah.
That's true.
That's true. And he's also carving a new doorway, essentially, into it. And even though we have this as a key, we don't get an explanation of how he was kicked out from the, like, in Ruidian. Like, we don't know if they used this to get him out of there.
Or just the doorway.
Or just the doorway, yeah. Like, we don't actually know how that happened.
Yeah.
Right.
They gave him a way out.
They gave him a way out, yeah.
And used it to hang him, yeah.
Yeah.
So, a couple of questions. But we also have the doorway opening up. It worked.
So we think.
Yells, well, okay.
Okay.
Do.
Well, okay. No,
That's the big twist.
No. That's why this is where I get to tell you what I think.
Okay, go.
Because
You go then.
I haven't read on. I don't know. I don't even know what the next chapter is
Yeah,
called or
we
what
know
it
how
looks
this
like.
works. We get it.
Okay. This part was hard for me to picture and to understand what was going on. So
Matt carved a new doorway in the
No,
wall.
I get it now. Yeah.
Okay.
So
ToM goes through with more.
Yeah, but it's like blinding light.
Yeah.
And right away I don't quite grasp that this is like 100% the way out of this place.
Oh, okay.
And I thought that Matt says to ToM, get her and get out. I thought this was like almost like a lifeboat situation. And he was also pulling a Noal. And then it ends with Matt like seeing a blinding light. Like I read it too fast. Like I was too excited.
Yeah, you did not read that properly.
I really thought
there was no lifeboat.
And okay, I thought Matt dies.
What?
And that would make sense to me.
Are you being serious right now?
Yeah.
You thought Matt was dead?
I didn't think it was not a possibility.
You didn't think it was not a possible. It's in the card.
I did think that it could happen.
Okay.
And I did think that like that would be truly shocking and truly unpredictable. And I actually like I didn't love it. Obviously, I don't want Matt to die. But if he were going to die, going out a hero
to bring Moraine back,
and save the world. This is the time to do it. There's one book left. Do I want that to happen? No.
Okay.
Would I have been pissed and screaming about it? Yeah. But then when I reread it again, I was like, wait, I need to know what's actually happening.
But what if his ghost just spun around 3 times and then found his body again?
Boom. Easy. Okay.
Would Matt transmigrate? Maybe.
If it was lucky.
That's super lucky. Anyway, so I actually thought there was probably 20 seconds in this world that I lived where I thought Matt dies.
Your favorite character was gone from the books.
Actually, that was
right before the climax.
That was 20 seconds that I lived.
Yeah.
And
again, just going back, I said this last episode, but I just wish I could read with your brain. Just like, the book series, completely different.
I don't know if we call it reading.
I just get too excited, and I'm like,
keeps saying that she knows how to read.
I was like, bright light. No, Matt's getting killed. And I was like, no. But then turns out no.
Yeah.
Turns out no.
He makes a portal
Yes.
in the wall.
Yes.
ToM and Moiraine go through.
Yeah.
Matt does a little bit of fighting because he's got some pent-up anger.
Dance battle.
Okay.
Little dance battle.
Yeah.
And then he insults them thoroughly. Says a lot of mean things. And then jumps through the portal too.
It's good swearing.
It's good.
Pigs, humpbacks, and...
Looks like the game can be won after all. Tell the foxes I'm mighty pleased with this key they gave me. Also, you can all go rot in a flaming pit of fire and ashes, you unwashed lumps of a pig's backside. Have a grand bloody day. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
And then he jumps through and there's like blinding light.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Because he's leaving.
So we don't know where this opened up to.
Just as they entered.
Yep.
They're exiting.
Yeah, but we don't know where.
Yeah, but you can't.
We
you
could
have to
assume
accept
it's
the
the
premise
Tower
that
of
you can cut a wall, any wall in the building, and it lets you out in the right place.
At the Tower of Ghenjei?
Maybe.
Which is like, that's kind of a weird thing to accept.
I wonder if
we don't know if it's any wall. This is the wall where there is a portal.
No. It's any wall. His key is any wall.
The portal's in the middle of the room, in the middle of the floor.
That's different.
It's not on another wall.
No. No, because the stone doorways are almost Aes Sedai made.
Yeah.
Into this realm.
But what I'm saying is like there's no reason why this room would be better for cutting a hole in the wall.
No, exactly. I agree with you.
And
I think that maybe where you cut the hole on the tower itself might lead you to a different point in the realm or something along those lines.
Even though we saw Noal at the beginning go in and out.
In the same portal, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So is that one still open? Should probably close that off.
It wouldn't be open still.
Why not? The first one that they
were able to jump in and out of it. Like,
yeah.
What's the close?
So
what's the close?
Okay. So they cut a hole from the outside of the Tower of Ghenjei. They went through.
Yeah.
And then Noal went back.
Yeah.
And then he specifically said, I had to reopen it. He had to recut.
Oh, he said that.
He said that. And then he went back through.
Oh, okay. That answers my question then.
Yeah. But that, in hindsight, was a very risky move.
Okay. So here's what I predict.
That might have been the moment we never see Noal again.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so here's what I think. They made it.
Okay.
Moraine's gonna live.
No, this is actually the part where Moiraine dies. She dies in the light.
Well,
tunnel.
it would have made sense to me if she I was actually expecting her to die.
Ugh, terrible.
And the fact that she didn't is actually unpredictable. But like too predictable. You know what I mean? It's like it's too storybook. It's too Disney.
I still like the idea she's already dead. That's just gas escaping.
Woo!
Thomas weekend at Bernie's.
No, you guys. Okay. I gotta rein you guys in now. Okay, just a sec. So,
okay.
Here's the thing.
Okay.
I think because a part of me is like, oh, did we just escape to the basement of the Stone of Tyr?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's the
we
room
don't know
we
where
were
we went.
in.
Yeah.
We don't know where we're going to appear. That's like in my brain. But now that we're talking about it, it's likely they just are going to appear outside the tower.
Okay.
And that would make things like super easy, which is nice.
Well, did Matt, when he was making his deal, say he wanted to leave the same way he came in?
He said a lot of things.
He said, yeah, something like that. Leave the portal open for me.
Leave the portal open. I want a straight path back.
The portal where?
Doesn't matter.
The one that they already made.
Yeah,
this is the thing.
But they didn't make one. It would have closed. Like
No. It was open from the inside though.
And also, that wasn't the portal that they said they were going to keep open.
Yeah, I know. That's the thing.
They went to a different place.
This might have actually worked out better than if he had somehow made it to the portal that they
said they were going
left open for him.
Keep open.
That was going to let him go somewhere.
To where?
Yeah.
Exactly. Okay. So I'm gonna take my wins tonight.
Okay.
I'm gonna go eat my ice cream cake.
Nice.
And I'm gonna thank Tyler for being a fantastic guest tonight. How about that?
Wow, that is the first time you've ever said that.
What? 3 years and 9 days.
9 months.
9 months.
11 days.
11 days.
Since
I thought
you
it was
last on the
your
podcast.
anniversary or something. Yeah.
It's like sometimes I come in and you're just like, this fucker sitting over here, this piece of shit made it to come on the podcast. And other times I come in and Brett says I'm 600 pounds. But it's all worth it to get the thank you for being an excellent guest at the end.
I said fantastic.
Oh.
Did not say excellent.
But same thing.
Okay, good.
You wouldn't be invited
Then why
back.
correct
if you
me?
Oh, I didn't know you needed such external praise. Oh my god.
Okay. Enough of this. Let's end this.
Okay.
All right. We did it, guys. We saved Moraine. Maybe.
I can't believe it. I can't believe we made it here. All the things that are about to happen that I'm not going to believe we made it to. You know what I mean? I feel like this is the first, like, oh man, we made it here moment in the end of this journey for us.
Yeah. And I mean, I haven't really said it, but like in the things that happen in the Wheel of Time, this is kind of a big deal.
It's a huge, man.
It's kind of a big deal, yeah.
You've basically, at this point now, built every cosplay spoiler that you've seen up until now as well.
Probably pretty close.
Pretty close.
Well, except I still haven't seen Perrin with a peg leg. So
not sure what that was about, but
no, I think if
that's
you saw
gonna
that,
be my cosplay.
If you saw that at Dragon Con, that person just lost a leg.
Oh no. Okay. That is unrelated.
You can't.
Yeah, unrelated.
Got it. Okay.
All right.
Wow. I feel like this was a moment, you know? This feels like the same as when you were here for the cleansing. A moment. It's a moment.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah.
This is an iconic scene.
Yeah.
That you have been expecting.
Yeah.
But it happened in a very unexpected way.
Uh-huh. But at the same time, pretty expected.
Yeah. The tower, the maiden.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
The riddles, the fireworks.
Yeah.
It's all as you
Dynamite.
expect.
Got a little bit of everything.
Old guy getting burned. All the usual.
Pour one out for Jane Farstrider.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, so before you go ahead and save Moraine, who is definitely still fucking alive, I'm going to say that this is part of the pattern now.
Yeah, it's part of the pattern.
Hey, thanks so much for sticking around. That's the end of another fun episode. The Wheel Weaves is hosted and edited by Dani and Brett and produced by Dani and Brett with Passion Socks, Cody Feltz, Benjamin, Jamie Young, Megan, Jared Berg, Ricky Morissette, Adam, Mozyme, Michelle Forbes, MKM, Antoine Benoit, Lawrence Bradley, Colby T, Gabby Young, Rycat, Zane Sayaka, Matrix, Matt Truss, The Albatross, Bratimus Prime, Sarah Creech, Sims, and Saverio Bartolini. With music by Audionautics. Now, everyone, please be sure to go check out our Patreon page if you are interested in supporting us and the podcast. We'd love to send you some Patreon-exclusive merchandise as a thank you, plus you'll gain access to our episodes earlier than everyone else. And, at the time of recording, we have almost 50 bonus episodes for your listening pleasure. Find all that and more at patreon.com/thewheelweavespodcast. As always, please be sure to give us a 5-star review because it really does make a huge difference in helping other people find us. And be sure to tell a friend, Riyadh, because referrals really are the best compliment. For general information about our show, like how to send us shot glasses, how to join our Discord, and how to get in touch with us, visit thewheelweavespodcast.com. Thanks again for listening. This really is part of the pattern now.
Having a life scholarship and being able to afford to go to college made me feel inspired to go.
When I got a life scholarship, it was such a relief.
I knew that I wanted to have an impact. Having a life scholarship through the SC Education Lottery was huge. It gave me the opportunity to make that impact right here at home.
The South Carolina Education Lottery. A better you, a better us, a better South Carolina. Visit sceducationlottery.com/betteryou.